Alright, what's going on, guys? So Nuketown officially dropped today in Cold War. They have a Nuketown 24/7 playlist along with double XP and double weapon XP. The double weapon XP was much needed, man. I'm definitely going to get some guns done now. So I played that this morning for like 4 or 5 hours or so, and I ended up getting this gameplay. So obviously, as you can read in the title, 102-0 with a nuclear, a 54 gun streak to be exact. But you'll notice I'm still using the M16. I know they nerfed it, but it's still pretty good. I don't know if I'm just crazy or I got the good class setup or something, but I think it's still the best gun in the game, and it just fits the way that I play the best as well, so maybe that's why I like it, but I still think it's the best gun in the game. But now that I got this gameplay out the way, I can move on to ranking up the rest of my guns, because I'm definitely going to take advantage of that double weapon XP. So anyways, here are my stats, not because, I want to look cool or whatever, but just so people can't cry about reverse boosting. But, let me just put this out here because I know people are going to be commenting. I understand that these kids in this game are ass. It doesn't take Albert Einstein to figure that out. If you read the title of the video that said 102-0 and thought the other team was full of Optic Gaming and Atlanta FaZe, you probably have the same amount of brain cells as the kids that I'm playing in this video. So with that out of the way, let us actually talk about Nuketown a little bit. So it's pretty much the same layout as Black Ops 1 Nuketown as the original. Obviously, all the Nuketowns are pretty much the same, but there's always like slight differences. But I would say this is most similar to the one from BO1. Probably the biggest difference is the Jeep isn't as big. It's really not as big as it used to be, so it's like not as much of a power position as it once was. But other than that, I think all of the major changes are really just like the appearance of it, which I mean, I don't really care that much about how it looks, unless they just like made it look absolutely ridiculous, then maybe I would care. But I'm really more focused on how it plays rather than how it looks. So as far as gameplay is concerned, it plays the same as any Nuketown. I do want to address the kill streaks actually, because that actually is a pretty big change. So for those of you that did not know, this game actually has spawn protection. So basically what that means is when you spawn up, you can't die from kill streaks for a couple seconds. Any sort of kill streaks, like, gunship, chopper gunner, all that sort of stuff. And even war machine. If you guys have ever had a war machine and you ran into their spawn and like you just shot all of them, but like you didn't even get hit markers or they didn't die or anything and you thought it was kind of weird, that's spawn protection. So it kind of ruined kill streaks a little bit on this game for Nuketown, because basically what's happening is, you'll see in the video, it's not as bad in this gameplay because this is one of the better games that I had, but you'll notice that people basically spawn up, they get the spawn protection, and then they run into the house, and by the time the spawn protection runs out, they're already inside the house. Now usually you would have your dogs and you would call in your dogs would go in the house and clear them out the house. They spawn back outside, you kill them with the chopper gunner, perfect kill streak, right? However, this game doesn't have dogs. This game doesn't have anything that can go in the house and kill them. So once they spawn up, they just kind of run into the house and sit there. You can count the kills in this game, but I believe I called in 3 chopper gunners and I got like 10 kills each with them, which is not a lot. I mean, it's decent. It's okay. But for Nuketown, like, you should expect more out of a chopper gunner just based on, the previous history of Nuketown. And keep in mind, once again, this is like my best game. There has been other games where I called in a chopper gunner and I got like 4 kills with it, which that is just absurdly low for Nuketown, you know what I mean? So I don't know if we're gonna see like 200 kill games on this version of Nuketown, because I mean, in this game I pretty much played perfect, right? I didn't die. I could have maybe been a little bit more aggressive. Once I noticed that like I didn't have any deaths, I kind of chilled a little bit because I thought it would be a better gameplay if I didn't die. But if I was a little bit more aggressive and everything went my way, like maybe I get like another 20 kills or so, I don't know. But I played pretty well and I barely got 100, so I don't know if we're gonna be seeing like crazy scores on Nuketown this year, at least for right now. I know season 1 they're supposed to add kill streaks. I know VSAT is coming, it's in the game, but I really hope we get dogs, man. Like, this game is perfect for dogs. Like, it's missing dogs. Like, clearly it needs a kill streak like that. So hopefully they put it in the game, but I mean, I don't know. So that's pretty much my only take on the gameplay aspect of it. I mean, we all know Nuketown pretty well, right? We've been playing Nuketown since BO1. It's been like, I don't know, what, 9 years now? Almost 10 years? I don't know. It's been a long ass time. We've played Nuketown. We played like 5 different versions of it. It's pretty much the same as always. Now, for the final part of this video, I do want to talk about something else. Hopefully this can actually help y'all out a little bit. I think it will. I'll probably give you a little bit of information that you didn't know about this game. So when I posted this scoreboard on Twitter, I had like 500 people ask me how to get like good lobbies, because as you guys know, the majority of lobbies on this game feel like you're at a MLG event. So I do have some things that you guys are probably doing wrong that would help you, because I've just put way too much time into this game. So I kind of figured out how the matchmaking system works a little bit. So, I got a couple things for you. So number one, if your stats are good, and when I say good, I mean like, I don't know, like 1.5 KD and above, really like high ones to like 2 and above. Once you reach that level, do not play solo. It's terrible. You don't want to do that. But at the same time, do not play in a full like 5 or 6 man party either. In fact, I would say as a rule, try not to play with any more than 3 people. Now, if you play Ground War, maybe you could get away with a little bit more, I've noticed, but especially for 6v6, don't go into 6v6 with a 6-man party of tryhards, because guess what they're going to give you? Another 6-man party of tryhards. I've noticed when you play with the party, you tend to match against other parties, so the way to avoid that is obviously don't play in a party. I'm not saying like if you're in a party you're automatically good, but like typically, people in a party are going to be better than just randoms playing alone. At least they have like at the bare minimum, the teamwork factor. So anyways, just try not to play in a full party, and also try not to play solo as well. I mean, if you have like a if you have like a 0.8 KD, I mean, play solo all you want. You're going to be in great lobbies. They're not going to seem great to you because you're also at a 0.8, but if you're a good player, you would love to go join like a 0.8 KD lobby. That would be great, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying for like high KDs and above, like kind of some tips on what to do. So that's number one. Number two, stats definitely matter. I don't know to what extent, like what exact stat matters and everything. I mean, obviously KD matters. I don't know if win-loss or score per minute or anything like that matters. I'm sure it does. I think the whole system is probably pretty complicated, and it just takes like a factor of everything, and it just kind of has like maybe like an algorithm or something. I don't know. What I would say is, like, for example, let's say you're like a really high 1 or a 2 KD player, right? Let's just say, to make it easy, you're a 2 KD player, okay? If you can, I would advise you to try to play with somebody who has a 1 KD or less. I mean, literally like a flat, like 1.00 or less. Like, preferably like a negative KD. If one of your friends is ass at the game, or maybe he's a sniper, so he's going for camos or, something, whatever. If you have someone that has like a 0.5 KD or something, like they're just terrible, try to play a couple games with that person. Just y'all two, okay? Don't make it a full party or anything. Just try to play a couple games with them and just see if you notice that the lobbies aren't as good as when you play by yourself, okay? Now, this is all my opinion, but I think when you're in a party, it kind of like confuses the skill-based matchmaking a little bit, because obviously you both have very different stats, or if there's 3 of you or whatever, obviously everyone has different stats. So I think it kind of opens up the parameters a little bit for the skill-based matchmaking, and it makes it like more of a range as opposed to like if you were just by yourself, you know what I mean? Because if you're playing solo and you have a 2 KD, it knows, okay, put all these guys together with 2 KDs in a 2 KD lobby, right? But if you're playing with someone who has a 1 KD and you got a 2 KD, okay, well now they're kind of confused. They're like, okay, we have a range. Let's maybe put them in like a 1.5 KD lobby or something like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I think like playing solo with a high KD or playing with a party of all high KD players, those are probably the 2 worst things you could do on this game. If you're trying to have fun, do not do that, okay? If you're doing that, you gotta be prepared to play COD Champs, all right? Because the people go be in there like there's money on the line, all right? So that's not what you want to do. So yeah, like I said, this is all just stuff that I've noticed from playing the game, just my opinion. I could be completely wrong about all this, but I think what I'm saying like holds some sort of weight, I don't know how accurate it is, but it definitely is something there. I've played like 40 hours of this game in the last like 10 days or whatever, however long this game has been out. Like, I've played way too much. Like, I kind of figured it out, but at the same time, no matter what you do, every lobby is not going to be amazing. That's just impossible. If every lobby was great, I'd have a 15 KD and I would have posted 100 plus every day for the last, week. You know what I mean? That's just not how it works. But there are still certain things to do and certain things to avoid that will make your experience better. So hopefully that helps you guys. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I just play all day long and I finally get a good game. You know what I mean? That's pretty much all I'm doing. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully that helped. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are not already. Check out my last video if you missed it. It was a normal video, not COD. Basically, like, some Japanese university invented like some robotic hand for like lonely dudes to hold their hand walking down the street. It was pretty weird. Go check it out if you missed it. But other than that, like I said, said, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day, and peace out.